Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Josh Dragon here, and today we're going to be moving on to the game Milkyway Wishes, which is one of the final games in Kirby Super Star. Milkyway Wishes is a little bit different from some of the other earlier games in the sense that you have to collect items as opposed to getting the abilities from the enemies themselves. So when you see the little icon in the game for the ability, that's when you'll have that ability, and you'll have it permanently, unlike in other games where you can actually just swallow the enemies and gain their powers. In some senses this does make it a little bit more challenging, but we're going to be picking up an item early on which will make this pretty irrelevant, and we can actually get any weapon we want early in the game, and I'll show you how to do that. The little guy on the ball, his name is Marks, we'll be seeing more of him later on. And by the way, you only see this intro if you push the X button at the start menu. Otherwise, you just start the game and you would never even know that little cutscene existed. Alright guys, so we're going to be starting the game here. Okay, so normally when you play through this game, your first reaction would be to go to one of these planets, but we're actually going to be targeting this little green planet down here, and this is definitely the one to start off with because going to this place will give you the copy ability, and it's extremely useful, obviously. Pretty much once we get it, we can take any weapon that we want in the game, so it sort of defeats the whole purpose of Kirby not being able to copy or get other enemies' abilities. This part's kind of interesting, I think, because it's almost like they didn't finish the background or something. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Now you can still take a couple of enemies' abilities, like the Crash one, and it's very useful here, obviously. It just gets all those enemies off the screen. And then just going through this door, make sure you inflate Kirby immediately, because otherwise he'll drop down there and you'll die. So pick up the copy ability and we can get started with the game. Now that we have this weapon, we can go to any planet that we want, but I would recommend that you start off with the green planet up here in the upper left-hand corner. It's the easiest of the planets to beat. The enemies here are very weak, and it does have some very nice weapons that we are going to want to get as soon as we can. So this place kind of works, I guess, like as a seasonal puzzle is the best way I can describe it. You're going to go through this door, and it's going to change the seasons. And basically, each season will have its own advantages and disadvantages. The season that we need right here is winter, so that we can make the Kirby Ice ability, which is actually over here on the left. Normally you would miss this, probably. You wouldn't pick that up because you wouldn't think to go left, but you actually need it. So just make it winter, and then you can pick up that ability. It's a very nice one for this level. Then we need to make it, I believe, fall. Proceed through here. Yep, so it's fall, so now we can move through because the tree's been cut. Then go into this door, we're gonna make it winter. You can actually do this little spiral ability where Kirby will basically just break the blocks, kind of like on an angle, and that'll allow you to pick up the fighter ability. Then if you go into this little tree, you can actually pick up the cutter ability, which is very useful. I guess it's kind of circumstantially useful because we don't really use it too much during this walkthrough. And we'll make it fall. And we'll be fighting the first boss of the game, which is Wispy Woods, 2 of them actually. And I decided to use the ice ability against him because this weapon pretty much just drains his energy really fast. He's an easy boss, you know, regardless. It's like the 3rd time I guess we fought him, which just seems like a lot. We'll be fighting him again before the game is over. Regardless, very easy boss. Did an uppercut against his face. And then I did an uppercut into the star, which is a fun way to finish the level up. Now that we've completed the green planet, I recommend moving on to the Comet Shaped one over here. This particular level has some really nice weapons. It'll be very useful for later on in the walkthrough. I forgot there, of course, that I can't take that ability. I just saw the yo-yo and I was like, I gotta get the yo-yo, so made a mistake on that part. Now we'll be fighting Mr. Potato Head again here, Chef Ramsay or whatever. I just threw him against the wall, wow. Got another fight now with the walrus. This guy is kind of a strange boss, I think, you know, because like he wiggles his butt at you and then he throws a ice cube block, which is kind of strange. I don't know, a lot of the bosses in Kirby Super Star I guess are a little weird, but that one always stuck out as being a little stranger than some of the other ones. This guy's actually really easy to beat with a fighter ability. You can keep your distance and you don't have to worry about getting hit by him. And this particular boss will give us an item. We'll be collecting the bombs once we kill him. Very useful weapon in my opinion. I've always been kind of a fan of the bombs because they have a good long range and also short range distance, plus they do a lot of damage to the enemies. Take out Bonkers here to pick up the hammer. It's another very useful weapon. I let my partner basically take out that boss. I didn't do a very effective job of fighting him. Okay, so go up here. This part can be a little bit difficult, I guess, because the water is kind of pushing it down there. It's almost like a waterfall effect, I suppose. And then I needed to reset the switch here, so it's just waiting for it to go back up for the trapdoor. I think I needed to be off screen there, that's why I was not able to get it to reset, but there we go. Got it. So we'll go down the waterfall, and we should have just enough time to get through the trapdoor. Pick up the stone ability. When I was a kid, the stone ability used to be one of my favorite abilities for Kirby, but I think, you know, I don't really use it that much anymore. It's a great weapon for a beginner player, but as you get better at the game, you kind of prefer more offensive weapons like the bombs, the hammer, fighter ability, other ones as well. The stone can be useful, but it just kind of seems to slow the game down too much for me. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. We'll be taking on the boss of the stage here, which is going to be a Hawaiian guy. Rock-handed Hawaiian guy, I don't know what his name is. He's pretty easy with the hammer. It seems to work very well against him. You know, again, when I was small, this guy used to be pretty difficult to beat, but nowadays he's easy. Very easy. Still got hit by him. Alright guys, so that does it for this planet, and also for this part of my walkthrough for Kirby Super Star for the SNES. I want to thank you so much for watching my LP run of this game, and I will see you next time. This is Josh Dragon signing out.